Hi, sorry for the delay. We had Comcast internet issues. So I guess everyone's working from home and there's been a lot of spottiness. So um, hopefully this will be the last time that happens. But that's one of the things about live streaming. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm Gloria, and this is Yoga with Gloria. And welcome to all of you returning students and any new students out there today. Please say hello in the comments. Um, a lot of you last time told me on Facebook that you couldn't chat during this session. So if you guys just go under the video now and hit that thumbs up button and it turns blue, that's mean you're connected and you can chat and interact with us. If it doesn't turn blue, that's mean you're not subscribed yet. So if you hit under the video, if you hit on the bottom right, the red subscribe button, then you should be good to interact, leave comments, and chat with us. So join the community here. I started live streaming recently just because I got the lockdown because of the coronavirus. So all my classes are canceled and I wanted to still have my students continue their practice. So I'm new to this live streaming, so please forgive things as our production is, rough. But we're working on it. Hi, Suresh. Hi, Lily. And Kim. Sam. Oh, Sam with AT&T. Yay, Jen's back. Good job. So today we did a poll on Facebook, and if you weren't able to go do the input in the poll, then you might want to join Yoga with Gloria on the Facebook page, and then you can interact with the poll. So today we did what you wanted. So hamstrings and hips were like the highest by far. So next time, I know some of you want to do shoulders and neck and stuff. So we'll probably do that the next time. Hi, James. Welcome back. Hi, Claire and Kim. Yeah. Okay. And don't worry if you guys, I know Kim had internet connections too. If you get cut off, you can rewatch it later on. Okay. So let's just get started. Well, now more than ever, it's really easy for us to fall into that stress and fear and worry, anxiety, and it's just like a spiral. And so we need to come together in community like we are, and we need to connect, and we need to calm down, like meditation, yoga, qigong, whatever works for you, jogging with the social distancing jogging. So I'm glad that we're able to do this together. And so let's go ahead and we'll start by just closing our eyes and just taking a deep breath in. Just a big inhale. You can swell the belly and then open the mouth and let it go. Inhale, swell the belly. Nice deep breath in, all the way, nice full breath in. Open the mouth, nice full breath out. And then one more nice deep breath in. Opening the mouth. And just setting your intention, closing your eyes, setting an intention for today's class. And let's seal that in with 3 ohms, inhaling deeply. All right. We are going to start on our backs with a strap, or if you don't have a strap, a towel. If you don't have a towel, you can just interlace your fingers. We'll just get right into the hamstring. If you have a strap, you can take it around the arch of your foot and just feel into how your hamstrings are feeling. Just noticing how tight it feels back there before we begin here. So if you're able to, you can straighten both legs. If that doesn't feel so good, you can bend. Visual. You can bend here and then look up. Relax the shoulders down. Visual. Okay, so maybe you can pull it closer, or maybe it doesn't feel so good yet to go closer. So pull it in. And you'll grab it in your right hand and you'll slowly lower it down. You can bring your elbow to the floor if you'd like. And then come back up. And let's just take it across your body. You can bring your elbow down to the floor. And you can stack your hips one over the other. Bring the edge of your foot down. I can't see, Michael. And come on back. And then other side. So again, if you need to keep this knee bent, that's fine. But if you're able to, see if you can straighten both legs and you scissor the inner thighs together and just feel into your hamstrings. And you'll notice if this one is tighter than the other one. See if you can draw the belly in and take this left hip down. And just some deep breaths here as we start into our hamstring and our hip flow. So if you don't have a strap or a towel, you can also always interlace your fingers like this. And then grab it in the left hand and we're going to slowly bring it down. Maybe you'll bring the elbow to the floor. Maybe just hold your calf, or maybe you can take it all the way down. Try to keep your right hand on your hip so the hip doesn't rock up too much here. If you can, your shoulder blades are on the floor and your gaze is just straight up. And back to center. And then we're gonna take it across your body. So coming onto the edge of the right foot, and then you want to stack your pelvic bones one over the other, and maybe even take the arm out. If you have wiggle room, you can even take this left hip crease, this left hip crease down towards the top of your mat. You'll feel the IT band stretching your hamstrings, your little ring in your back as well. Okay, and release. All right, let's draw the right knee into your chest, and we're going to do half happy baby. So you're going to grab onto the inner arch of your foot, and you're going to just bring your knee all the way down to the floor if you can. Take it out, and if you can, you're going to take your thigh down towards the floor. And just hold it here. You're going to feel this inner thigh stretch here. If you're able to, you're just going to maybe hold on to the heel here, and maybe you can begin to straighten and bend it, and you'll feel it coming to your hamstring. All right, and release. We're going to do the other side. So draw the left knee in for half happy baby. So you're grabbing onto the inner arch of your foot or the heel. If you're very inflexible, if this doesn't work out for you, you can always just hold the back of your leg as far as you can. So from here, you're going to pull down and see if you can get the top of your thigh to touch the floor as much as you can here. Just breathe with that touching. So at this point, the right hip has risen off the floor, and that's fine. It's supposed to happen. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you're able to, grabbing onto your heel or maybe holding your calf, you can begin to bend, straighten and bend your leg. And then you'll start to feel stretch into your hamstring. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. And close. And then coming back to center, we're just going to make little circles here, one direction and then the other. And we're going to take your right ankle over the left knee here. Right ankle over the left knee. You want to dorsiflex this foot so it's opposite of pointing. And then you're just going to interlace your fingers between your thighs, behind your leg, or maybe even in front of your shin if you're more flexible. Is the visual okay? Can you guys all see me? Because I can't see. Usually I can see. I can see, but today I can't. And then you're going to release your hands, and you're going to drop your foot all the way over to the left as much as you can. And then from there you can hold on to your leg here, and then you'll try to take this knee and kind of flap it out. So then you feel the outer hip stretch. So if it's enough stretch, you stay here. Otherwise, you can kind of flap it like a butterfly wing, flapping it up and down. And those of you that have even more stretch in you, you can even reach your right arm up and wiggle your head to the left, and maybe find a side bend here as well, opening up that lateral side of your body and really feeling the side of your hip here on the right, opening up. And release. And then other side. Ankle over the knee. Interlace your left hand between your thighs, behind your hamstring, or behind your shin if you can go deeper. Just feel that piriformis stretch. And release your hands. Your feet keep in the same position, and you're going to drop your foot over to your right. Grab onto the top of your foot, and you can flap this left butterfly wing or your left knee. Just flap it. Try to pull it down. Try to open it as much as you can. Push it away from you as much as you can, and you'll feel deeper side hip stretch. So not for everyone, but if you want to add that side, then you're going to walk your shoulders over to the right and side bend a little bit like this. Looking over your left shoulder. And release. All right, that should have got the outside of those hips there. Let's go ahead and bring your hands behind you. And we're just gonna rock on up. Hands behind you, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades and look up if you're able to. Good, and then you're gonna straighten both legs, heels down, toes up, lift up, draw the belly in, ribs in, and then slowly come on down, stretching into your hamstring. So isometrically, you're dragging the heel down and pulling it back towards you. You can even bend your knees here if you need to, and you'll still feel that stretch. So folding forward. You can also just do a right angle here and then fold. All right, you're gonna clasp underneath and you're gonna come onto your belly. Bring your knees together, your ankles together. We're gonna warm up your hamstring. So you're gonna squeeze between your knees, like 80%, all your power between your knees as you zip your knees and your ankles together, lifting your feet only a few inches off the floor. Good, so keep on squeezing through the knees and you should feel those posterior muscles working. See if you can lift the upper body up. Keep squeezing your hamstrings and your glutes should be working and your low back. Maybe even you can Superman arms, Wonder Woman arms, straight out. And then maybe turn the palms up. Keep squeezing between the knees for 3 more breaths, 2 more breaths, and then release down. You can stack your forearms and put your forehead. Few breaths here. All right, hands by your chest. Point your toes and come on up for Cobra. So if Cobra is too hard, you can always come on down to your forearms like this for Sphinx pose. Otherwise, we're coming up into Cobra, rolling your shoulders back, opening your hearts. And you're gonna curl your toes under and you're gonna pop back up into downward dog and pedal your feet here. Shake your head yes and no. You'll come onto your tippy toes, lift your heels as high as you can, and then bend so that your chest is sitting on top of your thighs, and then straighten again. And then we're gonna bring your feet together, right leg lifts. Bend it and stack it, open your hips. Look under your left underarm and lift your knee up as high as you can. Feel the right hip flexor stretching. And then you're going to bring it forward between your hands into this lunge position. So if you need your blocks, you can bring it. Otherwise, you're going to straighten right away into a hamstring stretch. So draw the belly in, take your right hip back and fold forward. So you might have, some of you will have 2 blocks here. Or some of you, you can even use a couch or a chair here if you're not able to come down for your hamstring stretch. You're going to lift the front toes and you're going to lift the whole foot coming onto the heel of the front toe, isometrically dragging that back towards you. And fold. Feel that nice hamstring stretch. Then we'll rock forward. You're going to bend the back knee to the floor. Keep your chest on your thigh and you're just going to look up. Bring your hips forward. And then you're going to pop back up again. Fold forward, forehead to the shin if you're able to. So I like to pulse here. You have an option to hold a steady hamstring stretch, or you can take the hands out to the edge of your mat here and you pulse, forehead like bowing over your leg here. So each time you come down, you should feel your hamstrings loosening up a little bit more. This part is optional. And let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come on down. Bend that back knee to the floor, and we're going to come up, interlace your finger, and you really want to press the heel and your knee down and away from each other. Tuck your tailbone under, interlace your fingers, and you're going to bring your hips forward. You want to come into this 60% stretch of your total, 60, 80 at the most. Nice deep breath. If you cannot breathe deep in your belly or the hip flexors, then it means you've gone too far. So you need to back off some, okay? Some of you are able to open the arms up to the sky. Maybe say a prayer. And release. Hands to the floor. Pop it back. Ardha Hanuman. So heel up, toe, heels down, toes up. You might look like this. Heel down, toes up, and isometrically dragging the heel back towards you. You feel those hamstrings turning on. If you're more flexible, you can even fold forward, really getting into the hamstring here. Folding forward. All right, we're just going to rock forward and back a couple times. Forward, chest up, and then pulling it back. Chest is still on my thigh as I isometrically drag this heel back toward me. Forehead towards the shin. All right, bring your knees together. Rock forward, nice straight. Elbows come back for tricep push-up or chaturanga. Let's pop out 3 of these. 3, 2, 1. Because I know most people need that upper body strength. And coming up. And rocking back. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth, and just let go. Left leg comes up, bend it and stack it. Open your hips. Lift your knee as high as you can. And then look under your right underarm. Feel this left hip flexors really stretching. Looking under the right underarm, is that what I said? Good, and then coming forward. Planting your foot between your hands. And then slowly straightening the front leg as you pull the left hip back. And straighten as much as you can. Feel, you might have to adjust, that's fine. And just feel that stretch and fold. Keep pulling that left hip back, rolling that left hip back, forehead towards your shin. All right, you're gonna lift the front toes up and rock onto the heel of the front toe, and then you're isometrically dragging your heel back towards you. Really squeeze in towards the midline, inner thighs pulling in toward each other. And then you're going to drop the back knee. Keep your chest on your thigh here, and then bring your hips forward and lift your gaze up. And feel that front of your thigh stretching here, hip flexors. Good, and then we'll do it again one more time. Coming up, really feeling your hamstrings here, really taking the left hip back. Forehead comes towards the shin. This part is optional. You can just stay in a static stretch, or you can pulse with me. So I like to take my hands about the width of the edges of the mat here and just do kind of like push-ups. Keep pulling the left hip back, the belly in, and just kind of pulsing here. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop your back knee, and then you can come all the way up, and then you're gonna interlace your fingers, really press your heel down on the front foot and your knee, and just press them down and isometrically try to move them away from each other. Draw the belly in, and your tailbone is tucked under here when you start, and then you come forward and just relax your tailbone actually. And then breathe deeply into those hips, your front hip flexors. Pulling into the midline, inner thighs together. You can bounce up and down even if you like, squeeze it together and then back. And this is optional also, palms up and looking up, opening up. Hands to the floor or hands onto 2 blocks here or fingertips. Wiggle the back knee as far back as you can and wiggle the front foot to the middle of your mat. And then you're gonna shift your hips back. There you go. Heel down, toes up on the front. And isometrically, we're dragging it back towards us. Feeling those hamstrings turned on. And if you're able to, you can even bring your hands forward and just fold forward over your shin. All right, take it back. So now we're going to take your right leg forward. Right leg forward. You're going to pivot on the back knee and you're going to turn the toes back. So the back shin is parallel to the back of your mat. So again, it's like warrior two on your knees here. And then you're going to bring your forearm to your thigh. So press down with the right heel a lot to activate your hip here. And then you will just take your arm up for side angle on your knee, modified version. You can drop your hand if you're more flexible. And come on up. All right, we're going to do the other side. So let's parallel your right shin to the top of your mat for warrior two on the other side. So pressing down the front heel, forearm to your thigh, palm facing up. Lift the arm up. Really pressing into the front heel and rotating the whole chest as much as you can up towards the sky. And not for everyone, but if you're more flexible, feel free to bring your hand to the floor. All right, now we're going to work our abductors, taking the hips out to the side. So if you have a chair or a block like this, so you have a nice straight posture. I'll turn to the side like this. So knees are back, hips are back, and the knees do not come in front of your toes. So nice flat back like that. Good, feel into those hamstrings for a moment. Keep taking the knees back and then try to straighten the legs and feel it shake a little bit. It's a good sign. Okay, and now to fire the abductors. If you want, you can move the block a little to my left, your right, just like 1 inch, and keep that nice straight posture. And then engage your core and see if you can lift the right leg straight out. If you can, parallel to the floor, like a dog at a hydrant. And then coming back and then taking it back out. And you probably will find some blind spots here in yoga, so you might notice that maybe you can't do this or you can't go that high. Then you know your abductors are weak. So let's do 3 more. We'll do 8 total. 2 more. And last one. And don't beat yourself up if you can't come all the way. Just notice how far you can go. And then after doing yoga for a while, then you'll notice that you're stronger, hopefully, right? All right, now we move the block slightly to your left, my right, and we'll do the same thing. So grounding down through my right leg, your left, and you're gonna dorsiflex this foot, and it helps to lead with the heel all the way up and down. So up and down, up and down. So let's do 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and last one. And then forward fold. Just hang here and relax. You can shake your head yes and no. You can grab your elbows and just sway. You can swing like all the way like this to the left, and then to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Grab your big toes, lift and lengthen, nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And lift and lengthen, nice flat back. Slowly come all the way up. Hands for the heart. Okay, this next one, if you have a blanket to pad your knees, it would be nice. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can do it on your mat, or if you have carpeting, it's fine. But it's best if you're on hardwood floor, and you can use your towel or blanket here because it slides and glides. So we're gonna do the frog, everyone's favorite pose, I'm sure. So the inner arches of your feet go like this. You want to come into right angles. So it's as if I were coming down and bringing my feet against a wall. So right here's a right angle at the ankles, and then if you can, come on down. Okay. So try not to collapse here, your structure, right? Like a lot of people just do this. You want to try to press down with your elbows, lengthen up through the crown of your head and tailbone down, and just breathe into this. Just allow your body to open up into this hip opener. A lot of people hate this pose, and it's because they need it the most. I haven't done this one for a while either, so I'm not going in. So just breathe deep. And if you're on a blanket, now's the time to slide it a little further. You might be surprised. I think mine's just kind of slid out by its own, on its own. Because after you're in a pose for a while, the body, responds like, oh, okay, it's not going to kill me. I think it's fine. But if you just go really hard, really fast, it just tenses up and it won't go that deep. But you just slowly relax into it. My knees are sliding further and further apart as I speak. But let's just do maybe 10 more breaths here. If you need to, of course, anytime, just press down into your forearms and squeeze your knees together. Otherwise, let's just do 5 more breaths here. All right, let's slowly press down with the elbows and bring your big toes together first. And then see if you can squeeze your legs together. And then I like to bring my knees together after that one. And then I just swing the hips to the left, forward, just like in a circle. I like to swing it to the left actually, and then forward as much as I can, and have my hips almost touch the floor, and that really stretches out the side there. But if it doesn't work for you, you can always just do circles. I do the other sides. So first I just swing my hips to the right and then bring it forward. One more. Okay, so after that one, then I usually like to close it up because the hips are all splayed open. So let's do your right knee under, and we're gonna take the left knee over. So trying to stack the knees up as best you can, and then from here, if you're more flexible, you can actually walk your feet away from each other so that they're wider. If you're less flexible, they're in tight towards your body. So one over the other. You can even rock forward and stack your knees a little bit better there. Good. And then inhale. And then exhale. Just trying to sink that left hip down. And then we haven't done much shoulders, but let's add some shoulder here. Let's do the right elbow over left. Eagle arms. Lift the elbows. Hands away from the face. So you can stay here. You can fold forward. Or if you want to do the harder one, you'll take your right hand and pat yourself on the back. Or use a belt behind your back and then hold it like this. Pat yourself on the back. Maybe take a full bind like that if you can. You can grab a belt or a towel. And then this might be enough because this left shoulder is in full internal rotation. It might be really too much for some of you. If not, so listen to your body, okay? If you're able to, you're going to come forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Forehead towards your knee. And breathe. And slowly come on up. And unwind. Let's stamp your left foot on the floor. And then you're going to turn your whole body towards your bent knee. And then you're going to wrap your arm around your thigh, pressing into the back fingertips here. So if you can go further, you don't have to, but you will take your elbow and just hook it over the knee. And then twist. So the elbow and the knee press into each other and you twist, 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 twist. And release. So from here you can switch. So bring your left heel in, the right heel over, and stack your knees again. So just take a few breaths here as you anchor your ankles and both sitting bones on the floor as you lengthen up through the crown of your head. Big inhale in through your nose and out through your mouth. Left elbow over right, eagle arms, lifting your elbows. hands away from your face. Or taking the Gomukhasana, the full pose, left arm, pat yourself on the back. Take the elbow behind your head and press your head back. And then go ahead and take a bind here if you can. Interlace your fingers behind you. Lengthen up through the crown of your head first. And then if you're able to, just fold forward any amount. And come on up. Release your hands, and you're going to stamp your right foot into the floor here. Take your right hand behind you, and then again you're going to turn your whole body to the right, maybe hugging your knee into the left shoulder, or you can hook your elbow past your knee and twist. So you'll bring your weight into your right fingertips. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Your elbow and knee resist each other as you rotate and twist. And slowly release. All right. Let's do Baddha Konasana. So the soles of your feet together, grabbing onto your ankles. You can butterfly here, or you can lean forward and press your elbows down into your shins or your knee to make the knees come down a little bit more. All right. Now you're going to take your right ankle over the left knee here. Dorsiflex your foot and lift your chest and just feel that stretch again. You can rock it side to side if you like. And if you're more flexible now, you can lift your hips or even bring it closer to your heels. And of course you're dorsiflexing this foot away, like opposite of pointing, and try to lift your chest as close as you can towards your shin here. Feel that outer right hip stretch. Shoulders rolling back. And release. And we'll do the other side. Left ankle over right knee. You're going to dorsiflex. Roll the shoulders back, lift your chest. And you can rock side to side and feel the left hip piriformis stretching. So some of you might be way back here, depending how flexible or tight you are. But if you're able to go deeper, you'll scoot yourself closer and closer to that right heel here. Lengthening up and trying to bring your collarbones as close as you can towards your shin, or your chest as close as you can to the shin. Make sure you're opposite of pointing here so you're protecting that knee. And release. Then we'll do one last one here. So the edge of your foot, my left, your right probably, you're going to cradle it into the arch, into the elbow crease there. And then, so you'll just rock it like this. If you're able to, you bring it dorsiflex again, up right in front of your shin, and you rock it like this, side to side. So your hips and hamstrings should be pretty loose now. This next part is not for everyone. So again, always modify and see if you're able to do it. You're going to heel down, interlace your fingers behind your foot here. See if you can straighten the leg up. Pulling it in. And then other side. Loosening up here. Rocking side to side. You can also just hold it any way you want, like this. And then if you're able to, interlace and straighten that leg. Feel the hamstrings turning on. Pull their shoulders back in the socket. And look up. I know some of you are more flexible, so if you want to, don't hurt yourself. You can try the compass pose. So you will just take the leg over your shoulder. Don't hurt yourself. And then you'll straighten it behind you like this. And pull it. Or you can just hold on and do this. So it takes a lot of hamstrings and hips to do that, so don't hurt yourself. Like, I'm pretty sure this side is not so flexible, but we'll see. All right, and it's just about time. So let's come on up and just take a side bend. Just a quick side bend. Notice how you feel in your hips as you inhale. Arms come over your head, hands in front of your heart. Press your hands into your chest and your heart center as you smile and feel blessed. And with gratitude for our practice here together, let's offer one Om to seal it in, inhaling deeply. Namaste. Thanks for joining. I hope your hips and hamstrings are happy. And some of you have asked how you can support my live streams. So while it brings me joy to be able to bring my yoga to you, with all my in-person classes canceled, I'm no longer getting paid. So if your income has been affected by the coronavirus situation, don't worry about it. These live streams are my gift to you. However, if you are in a place to do so, please consider supporting me and my ability to bring you these live streams. You can do this by sponsoring me on Patreon. A link with more information about Patreon and how to sign up is in the video's description right under our video right now. Also, thank you so much to those who have already pledged or sponsored. And please comment under the video, because the chat disappears and we can't see it. Nobody can see it. But if you comment under the actual video and tell me how you like my hips and hamstrings class, I appreciate it. And thanks for joining me. I hope to see you again. Please share, subscribe, and thumbs up this video if you liked it. Okay, thank you. See you guys on Sunday.